Welcome to Brown v. Board of Education.webs.com. We are welcoming you to the case.
Brown's case. The Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment of the Constitution states, "No state shall deny any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws." This means that it is unconstitutional to refuse a public education to one group just based on race.
Studies have shown that segregation in schools has a negative effect on black children. These children are hurt mentally in the fact that they are not equal to white children in such a way that it would not heal easily.
In the 1950s case, Sweet v. Painter, the justices ruled toward Sweet, who was refused admission to a college because of his race. They argued though a similar college of law was set up for colored people, the justices argued even though the faculty was supposed to be equal, the curriculum and other important factors were not equal, so the court ruled in favor of Herman Sweet.
The Board of Education's case. The 14th Amendment says that they have to be treated equally, but being treated equally does not necessarily mean they have to be treated the same. It simply means giving them what they need to learn. African Americans would be more comfortable learning with other African Americans, and white children would be more comfortable learning with other white children. The district court says that the schools in Topeka are equal for both races.
The studies that have been done in other places are findings that cannot be used in the Topeka area because there are no problems with psychological harm to our students.
In the 1895 court case of Plessy v. Ferguson, Homer Plessy said that his 14th Amendment right was not being protected because of the law in Louisiana that required the train companies to provide separate but equal facilities for people of different races. The court ruled that segregation was legal as long as the company provided equal accommodation for both. The Justice Brown also said, if one race be inferior to the other socially, the Constitution of the United States cannot put them on the same plane.
The United States has a federal type of government. This means the state and national governments share power. One of the powers that is granted to the states is the public school system.
When the 14th Amendment was being passed, public education was not very widespread. African Americans received very little education at all. It was extremely unlikely that when the 14th Amendment was being passed, they had education in mind.
The housing and the schooling markets have become very closely tied, and the segregation of the school system has affected and helped to keep the housing market segregated. So when you change the school system, you may be changing the housing market, leaving the local governments to deal with the problems. So before changing the segregation of an area, you want to take into consideration the conditions of different local areas.
The verdict of the Brown v. Board of Education was they voted with Brown. There was an unanimous vote in favor of Brown's case. The Supreme Court wanted the changes to be made quickly and to work hard towards full following the new ruling of the court. The justice who wrote the majority opinion was Chief Justice Warren. This was the case that stopped segregation in America's schools. It also helped America start its educational reform necessary to integrate this nation's schools.
There were two main people involved in the case. These were Oliver Brown, who was suing the Board of Education because he wanted his daughter to be able to go to the white public school. There was also the Board of Education who was being sued. They denied Oliver Brown's daughter access to the white public school. The Brown v. Board of Education case affects you as an American citizen because this court case made everyone, regardless of race, able to have an equal education. This allows you peace of mind that you can get the same education as everyone else. This showed us that in the eyes of the government, all people are equal.
The outcome of this case affects you as a student because it allows you to go to school with people of all different backgrounds. It also allows you to get a chance to go to school with people with different cultures and learn to appreciate everybody.
Winning Oliver Brown's case impacts my life by allowing me to get equal education with everyone else, and it allows different races to interact. It allows me to make friends with people of different races. Without this, I would not be able to go to school with people of different races or learn about their cultures at all. The verdict of the Brown v. Board of Education was that they voted with Brown. Stop it! No!
What is going on?
In the 1895 court case of Plessy v. Ferguson, Homer... Hi!
Get out of my face, I don't